Hello, I'm Sonya Ashley, the founder and CEO of Phallus on Purpose, where we support low-income single mothers, providing them with the resources and tools needed to aid and support their professional and personal development.
Hey, how are you? How are you, sweetheart?
I'm good. How are you?
Welcome, everyone. We are kicking off Sonya's Boss Up Corner tonight. We are super excited. I am super excited about this one and being able to kick it off with my guest, my special guest. I am so excited that, she's a entrepreneur. I'm just super excited. So let me introduce myself. I'm Sonya Ashley, founder and CEO of Phallus on Purpose. For those of you who don't know me, and welcome to Sonya's Boss Up Corner. Which this is going to be like a weekly live every Thursday. You can catch us right here, same time, place, 7 p.m. every Thursday, where we're going to be highlighting some amazing women entrepreneurs. So we are super excited about Sonya's Boss Up Corner. Be sure to catch us every week. So today, I have an amazing guest, Vanessa Ramona. Oh my goodness. So Vanessa, introducing. Most people know you as like this a praise and worship leader. That's a lot of people know you as a praise and worship leader, but there's so much more to you than that. I mean, you are an entrepreneur, you're a business owner. Oh my goodness, a mentor to so many. So I'm not gonna go on. I'm gonna let you, take it from here and tell us a little bit about you.
First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to come on your platform. I really am excited about what God is doing in your life. I see God taking you in so many different places. So I'm so excited, and thank you once again for having me on. Well, just a little bit about myself. Well, I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia, where I currently reside. I come from humble beginnings, as they will always say. So that means I came from the hood. And so a lot of times when you come from certain places like that, society tries to label you. They put you and group you in statistics. But I'm so grateful that I came from a Christian background. My parents are PK. My parents are pastors, and so I'm a PK. And so they've always instilled in us the importance of, morals and values and, just prayer and all these many different things, and also just the importance of education. And so, of course, as you get older, sometimes what you've been taught, sometimes it goes out of the window. And so as I began to develop, I got in high school, I started doing my own thing, and I literally almost flunked out of high school. And so it took a lot for me to get out of high school. So I had to do open campus. For those who know about open campus, I had to do night school, all of those things just to get out of high school on time. And so it's so funny because a lot of times I look at my old transcripts and I look at the ending GPA, and my GPA was like a 1.9.
Wow.
Something like that. I might be a few numbers off, but it was like a 1.9. So just to see where God has brought me from to now as being a business owner, entrepreneur, artist. Like you said, a lot of people know me as a singer, praise and worship leader, a student. So just so many different things. And I'm just grateful for where God has brought me from, because it has been a long journey. I will say that.
Wow. And just to hear a little bit of your story, that's amazing. And that just reminds me, when you say open campus, oh my goodness, I can relate with that.
Yes.
At some point I had to do night school.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I did Crim High School. I don't know if anyone know that.
Yes,
I'm more yes,
yep. Yes, Crim.
Yes. So yeah, we grew up in ATL.
Yes, ATL all the way.
So definitely. And then I forget about artists. You are definitely an artist. A couple of singles you have released, correct?
Yes, I did release a couple singles, but I'm kind of pretty much picking up and starting back over because of course I did music when I was married. So now that I'm freshly divorced, now I'm starting over and I'm doing my own stuff. You know what I mean? So a lot of the singles and stuff that I did was pretty much under when I was married, but now I'm just freshly starting over and doing my own thing.
Girl, do you, honey? Do you? We're gonna have us a divorce party.
Right.
So yes, definitely. So how did you get started in business? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so it's so funny. So when I was in high school, I did a lot of hair. I did a lot of braiding hair, you know, when micros and everything like that was so popular. I was doing micros for like $20, $30, you know. But at the time, hair was my passion. And so when I got out of high school, a lot of people saying you should look into doing like going to school for cosmetology. And so I decided to go to the Cap Tech. I think the name has changed since then, but I was going to the Cap Tech. I did go ahead and graduate, and I was licensed and everything like that. And so I worked in the salon for years and years and years and years. And so one day I just decided, I said, I'm kind of burned out from doing that. I'm just, you know, kind of burned out. So I had freshly gotten married. So I decided to go back into corporate America, work corporate America for a couple of years. And so I decided to, well, I went through a silent divorce. And when I say silent divorce, it wasn't anything that was public. You know, we didn't post about it or anything like that. But I feel like in that moment is where I found my purpose. And for me, that can preach all by itself. Because a lot of times
that is a word.
Yeah, because a lot of times we think that purpose just falls out of the sky sometimes, but sometimes people's purpose are discovered in the dark times, in the dark seasons, in the dark moments. And that's exactly what happened to me. And so I started doing like YouTube and things like that, just doing my makeup. And people's like, you should probably get into doing other people's makeup. And I'm just like, no, I think I told you a few times, like, I don't do other people's makeup. I just do my own. And that's it. I just do my own makeup. And so I started, like I said, started doing content and stuff like that on YouTube. And one of my business partners, she was like, you should really get into doing makeup. And I'm just like, no, I'm not doing makeup. That's just not. And she said, well, I want you to do my makeup for my photo shoot. And I said, oh, no, you don't, because I don't do makeup for other people. I don't want to do that.
You were very adamant about that, because you told me, no.
Yeah, no makeup for nobody. So she was like, she said, I believe in you. She said, I want you to do my makeup. I'm not taking no for an answer. And she pretty much just hung up the phone. And so it's just like, I was left like, oh my God, I got to do her makeup for a photo shoot. I said, out of all things, a photo shoot. And so that pretty much just kind of like, once I did her makeup, it kind of pushed me, it kind of thrust me out there. And so I was doing her makeup. I was just shaking. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that I'm doing this. And so from that moment on, it opened me up to the possibility that maybe I can do this. And so from then on, I just started, you know, people started hitting me up. I was like, can you do my makeup? Can you do my, I'm like, sure. And so it just turned into something so much bigger. And so I decided to start my business, the beginning part of this year, called Lavish Look Beauty, where we do all things beauty. We make custom wigs, we sell lashes, we do makeup, all of that stuff. And so that's pretty much how I got started. And so when I decided that I was going to actually do it, I went ahead and started looking for vendors, purchased so much product. Oh my God. When I first started doing makeup, I purchased at least about $2,500, almost $3,000 worth of product. And I use that as an excuse to try to delay it, because I'm just like, well, I need more product. I need more product. And my sister was like, how much product do you need? I mean, you got all this stuff lined up, but it was because I was afraid to do it. But one day I said, you know what? I'm just going to step out and do it. And God has really, he's carried me all the way. So
amazing. I love it. I love it. That's what I said. And you know, I was one of those ones like, when you going to start? I'm like, look, that's a gift. That's a gift. And I was up, you know, I was behind you from the beginning. I'm like, okay,
yes,
I'm waiting. Yes. So yeah, amazing. And
I just want to throw this in there. Sonya has always, her sister, her family have always just been behind me, everything 100%. Like I got always they have always pushed me. It was like, you have more in you. There's more in you than just singing. But at the time I didn't know that. I just thought, you know, it was just singing because that's what I grew up doing. And it's like, there's more in you and more in you. But I want to thank you publicly for always pushing me and always being behind me 100%. Anything that I want to do, you've always been so supportive, and I'm so grateful.
Oh, sweetheart, anytime. And you know, yeah, well, I think I recently told you, a couple of weeks ago, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's just so much God has for you. So definitely just keep going, just keep pushing. And I'm like so proud of you. I'm like, look at us, big girls. We big girls, honey. We done grew up. I am so proud of us, honey. I said, we evolving. Yes. I mean, because just imagine. And I'm like, both of us, you know, I think we were both that shy kind of, you know, like business owners. I'm like, no, I'm good. I serve, you know, that's what I do. Yes. So yeah, we evolving. I'm so proud of us. We big girls now.
I love it. We are. I love it. I love it. And that's and honestly, that's what life is really all about, is just always steadily evolving. Always steadily evolving. Yes. And if we're not evolving, we're staying the same, and that's not a good thing. Yes. So I'm glad that we're evolving into who God has called and predestined us to be, you know, outside of this church, outside of just the four walls, but really in marketplace as well. I think sometimes the church, well, I feel like the church has kind of moved into that now, but for a long time, I feel like the church was afraid of the marketplace, but I feel like now we're starting to understand our purpose in the four walls as well as the marketplace. So I'm excited about that.
And you touched on something there when you said the church is moving in. I think because that new generation, because as us being preachers' kids, we grew up in the church.
Yeah.
So I think that new generation that came along, like our age, we came along, and it was just we saw something more than just going to church, and that's all to it. You just have to just serve in the church. But definitely, I always knew that it's more. God has more for us.
Right,
so
exactly.
I just love it. So what keeps you motivated? What keeps Vanessa going? Like, what every day you get up? I mean, do you get up with that? Like, oh yeah, just every day you positive, or what keeps you going?
No, not every day I'm positive. We always have those moments, but I think in those moments, you always have to shift your focus back to what's important. And so for me, what motivates me is just wanting to make a difference in, for the people that God has assigned to me. I always, of course, want to make a difference for my family as well. I always said that I wanted to show my parents them, that, hey, the girl is good. They see me in my worst, but I want them to see me at my best. I want to be able to take care of my family and put up money for college funds. And, I want to be able to help other young women. That's another thing for me. Wanting to help other young women who probably came from the same side of the track like I did, grew up in the hood, people counted them out. Possibly could be flunking out of school, but I want to show somebody that, hey, if she can do it, I can do it as well, because my life hasn't been a rose bed of ease. I've had a hard life, but at the same time, I'm so grateful and want to be that positive light for another young lady who's behind me and those who are attached, the generations that are attached to me. So that's what keeps me motivated. Because there are sometimes I get up and I'm just like, Lord, I don't want to pack these orders, Lord. I just want to relax, Yes, because I think a lot of times people think that, business and things like that is easy, or, people make it look so easy, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And so, so not every day I'm so motivated, but like I said, when I have those moments, I have to always make sure that I'm shifting my perspective and shifting my focus back onto what's most important.
Definitely. Oh, I love that. So it's where you're trying to go with your those goals. That's what keep you going. Yes. Like my I look at my beginning, and then now look where I'm trying to get to.
Right.
Exactly. That's what keeps you going. That's what gets you up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You're like, look, I need a little more sleep. I can hug the bed a little longer.
Yeah. That's me. I'm just like, oh, just a little more.
Yes. But I hear so many, some of the millionaires have made it. They're doing very well. Say you can't become successful or a millionaire just doing just 8 to 5 or just doing But I know sometimes it takes working those jobs to fund your dream. But just sleeping in and sleeping late, and you say millionaires, we don't get sleep.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's so funny. Yeah, it's so funny because a lot of times millionaires, they're up before the crack of dawn, and they're the last ones a lot of times to go to sleep at night, because they're always seeing how they can be more innovative with their business and how they can make business a lot better. I think it's sometimes we get a little lazy, like, I'm just gonna lay here just a little bit longer. But while we're still sleeping and turning over, millionaires are already up. They're already up, strategizing and planning their day, and all those many different things. So
Yes, definitely. And I know you touched on like mentoring. Just you are that person. I mean, I know you have so many young people that love you, that's under you, that you have already, that you mentor, and that you are pouring into their lives daily. Because I know my daughter was one of those. So I appreciate you. Yeah, and she loves. Oh, they are so crazy about you. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the love you have for young people. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because like I don't mind telling my age. I'm 35 years old, but young people have always gravitated to me. So it's almost like she's the home girl, or she's the, sometimes I'm like, hold on now, I'm still the adult. But, I always have had a love for young people and a passion for young people, and they gravitate to me so much to a point where it's just like, you coming to my birthday party, and I'm just like, I am 35, right? It's like, oh, but it's because I keep that line of communication open with them. They can always come to me and talk to me about anything, if they're going through anything or any problems or whatever the case may be. I'm always open, and I'm always an open book as well. So it's just like sometimes I'm just like, I have to learn how to separate I'm an adult from, carry on, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it get a little like, I'm like, now, I'm still grown now.
Yeah, exactly. We're about 20 years difference.
Right. So
yes. Yeah. So definitely. So tell me, like, future goals. What are some of your future goals that you have, maybe short term?
Well, honestly, with me, as far as like some of my goals, I'm actually working on those as we speak. I'm just gonna touch on just a little bit. I know one of my main goals is actually having a facility, and so we're already in the process of getting things down on paper so that we can go ahead and start solidifying like buildings and things like that, because I'm looking to open a full service establishment, and so we're working on that now, honestly, as we speak, getting the numbers and everything together. So I'm excited about that. Of course, in the near future, I'm looking to actually sell more products, like my own makeup line, things like that. For me, I don't see myself being behind the chair for too long, because I want to do a lot of the mentoring, young girls who want to come up, in the industry, makeup industry, showing them the ropes and, teaching them how to start their own businesses and things like that, especially in the African-American culture. I definitely want to give back to my community in such a way. So, definitely mentorship programs, things like that, having my own product lines and, having my own facility and things like that. That's what I'm really focusing on at this moment.
Oh, awesome. And that's major. That's big. And it's going to happen for you. I see it. I see that happening for you. Wow. I'm 100% behind you. Like whatever,
yes, I already know.
And I'm just so, just sitting here listening to you, like, so proud of you. Like, we're just stepping out and just trusting them, trusting God, and you're making it happen. You're one of those out there making it happen. And I'm learning now, like in the entrepreneurial space, African-American women are number one. We are number one leading that. Yes. Leading the entrepreneurs. Yeah. So I'm just loving it. Like,
I'm loving it.
Yes, to see my sisters winning. Like,
exactly.
Yes.
Because from times past, we didn't really have the opportunities. We didn't have the information that we have. I think I did some research, and I think we are the top millionaires, I believe.
Yes.
Don't quote me on that. But we have more African-American women millionaires now than we ever had in times past. And so I'm so grateful that we as women are starting to realize who we are and realize that we have purpose outside of just being a wife, outside of a 9-to-5, outside of just being a mom, because a lot of times I know we get kind of wrapped up in those things. And that's, always amazing when you're able to take care of the household, but understanding that you have purpose outside of just that, you have more to you outside of just being a mom or a 9-to-5 job or, a wife and all those different things. So I'm excited to really see us step it up. I love it. I love it. Honey, I love to see us win. I love to see us win because we've been so suppressed for so long, and I love to see us win. So I'm excited.
And we'll definitely do that. And audience, and we have people on here. Thank you so much for you guys for tuning in, joining us. We appreciate all our viewers tonight. We appreciate you. If you have any questions for Vanessa, drop those questions. And we want her to get those answered for you. And also, while you guys are on here, drop the city and state you're from. Drop the city and state. What city and state you representing tonight? Yes. So we appreciate you guys joining us. One last thing for you, and then that's what I'm just super excited, just to see, this transformation, for me, because I've been there from the beginning. So to see this transformation. Right. So how can we stay connected to you? How can we support you?
Okay, so I have several different social media handles, and I'm trying to solidify and just get them all together because I'm kind of all over the place right now. But if you want to go to my website, you can always subscribe to my website, which is lavishlookbeauty.com. Lavishlookbeauty.com. You can always find me on Instagram. My business Instagram, where you can see all of my work and stuff like that, is official Lavish Look Beauty. And if you just want to, see my regular Instagram page, you can always look me up at Lavishly Nessa, and then of course on Facebook, Vanessa Ramona. So I'm trying to get everything condensed down so you won't have so many different handles to look for. But right now, those are my handles. So if you want to, look me up, you can always find me on social media. So.
Oh, we love it, Vanessa. And then the website is, we have that posted as well. It's going across the bottom. So definitely be sure, guys, to support her, follow her, and just do whatever it takes to just stay connected with her. She's doing amazing things in the community. And I'm so proud of you just to see how your business is growing.
Thank you.
Like, exploding.
It's
And that's
really taking legs. It's really taking form on its own. And I'm just like, I think a lot of times when you get ready to start a business, your main fear is, will people really support? That's your main fear. Is like, I'm probably gonna be out here just trying to do this stuff by myself and people don't support. But literally since day one, I haven't even hit a year yet. And my business has begun to already take a form of its own. So I'm so excited about that. January 24th will literally make a year that I've been in business, and God has already expanded my territory. So I'm excited about that.
Yes, your territory, definitely. Because you already had a large following from before, from the music. So you had a large following. So it's no surprise that I'm so glad that everyone's supporting you. And I'll be over there soon to get fitted too, because I seen Cherie's wig and it looks pretty nice. So I said, let me go there.
Yes,
she does amazing. The headband wigs. And you create it yourself. So yes, definitely. We do have a question before we get out of here. We do have a question. What do you do to battle? Just from Cherie. Yeah. So what do you do to, I guess, the battle when you feel like quitting? When you feel like quitting, what is it that you do? What is it that
So me, a couple things. Of course, prayer is going to always be my number one thing because, I'm a Christian. So that's going to always be my number one thing, getting before God, just allowing him to pour into me, pouring out and allowing him to pour into me. That's the number one thing. And then, of course, having those accountability partners, and having a community, of people that you can talk to, of people who can give you advice, and so that's normally what I do. I normally, like I say, I just pray, and then I consult with my community, my mom, my mom and my dad. They're people of wisdom, and so I honor their words, my sisters. And then of course I have friends who I can always say, hey, I need some advice today, because I'm on the verge of just wanting to quit, and they're able to pour into me, and it just gives me that little ounce of hope to just keep going, and it allows me to show up every single day. And that's one of my main things that I do. I say, if I could just show up every single day, if I could just show up, the rest will take care of itself. So that's normally kind of how I go into it.
I love that showing up, because that you said and saying that stuck with me. A minister said that once, and that stuck with me from that day. They said, if you could just show up, you never know what God's going to do.
Right.
Because if you're not in that place or in the right place, you never know what would happen. Right. So you just got to show up and then let God take care of the rest. So I love that. It's so easy. Right. So it's been good. It's been good.
Yes, I love it. But I see a lot of people tuning in from Atlanta. I see a lot of people.
Let's shout them out.
Yes, I see. Let's see.
Atlanta in the house.
Yes, I got my mom on here, Miss Julia, Cherie. I see Derek. Hey, Derek. He always supports me. That's my stylist. He always supports me in my fashion and everything like that. Mr. Derek Hill. Miss Deborah. I see you all on here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Thank you so much to each of you. Thank you for taking time out your schedule. And be sure to follow this beautiful queen. Let me put her, I'm gonna go ahead and put your website back up so they can have that. And make sure you follow and share as soon as we get off. Make sure you share the interview. So I appreciate you, sweetheart, for coming on and just being my first guest, honey.
I know. Look, so you already know the ball of nerves. I was like, oh my God, I'm the first guest on there. Oh my God.
Yes. So you know you special, honey. You know you family anyway. You family.
Yes, definitely. Most definitely family. So thank you once more and again. Like I said, for allowing me to grace your platform, because I know for both of us, we was just like, this is new territory, but I'm so grateful that you're stepping out and you are doing it. You're doing it. And I'm so proud, so happy. So
oh, thank you, sweet Pete. Thank you. So thank you guys for joining the Boss Up Corner, where we are all things boss lady, boss life, boss up. So thank you so much. And as always, you guys, before we get out of here, remember, you are fabulous on purpose. You guys have a fabulous night.
Bye.
Bye.